Well, good evening and happy Friday, Catholic Central hockey fans. Cougar Puck Radio is back on the air for another live game broadcast. As for the first time in recent memory, Catholic Central takes on the Jenison Wildcats here at the Griff's Georgetown. On the road for the second time in this building this season are the Cougars as they took on Granville in a 6-4 defeat on opening night a couple of months ago. They're back here trying to get back on track after losing 3 in a row, and in fact, the Cougars have not won in 4 games, dating back to a 5-1 win over East Grand Rapids the Saturday before Christmas. So it's been a little while. Catholic Central has dropped to 5-6-1 on the year after losing 3-2 in overtime to Byron Center on Tuesday night down at the Southside Ice Arena. Andrew Wormuth and Ryder Mulvey each scored second period goals, but the Cougars couldn't hold the lead as Byron Center and the Bulldogs rallied back with 2 in the third and then 1 in sudden death overtime. 2 straight of those losses in a row for Catholic Central have come in sudden death. The 5-on-5 8-minute session. 2 games ago, it was Mona Shores getting the better of Catholic Central 5-4. That was maybe a well-played game, you could say. I know that Catholic Central and head coach Mike Slobodnik in his 11th season are looking for better from it themselves here in this return to the ice, and grateful to get back at it. Grateful to have a 3-game week, I think, after a heartbreaking loss as it was on Tuesday. A controversial loss, really, as Gage Pietenpol for Byron Center scored the winner with the net apparently off at least one of its moorings on the right side behind goaltender Trent Goheen, but the referees didn't agree with that. At the very least, they determined it was too close to call, and the goal stood. As for Jenison, they were scheduled to play East Kentwood on Wednesday night, but as we all know, if you live in the Grand Rapids area, Wednesday night was not a good night if you're looking to do anything that involved getting in your car and traveling somewhere. So that game was postponed, so Jenison has not played a game in calendar year 2022. They're 6-4 are the Wildcats, including a 3-0 mark in the Fisher Division, and 6-2 in the OK Conference. Coached by Jack Williams, it's a small roster for Jenison, 15 players, and just one goaltender, Elijah Verweiss. So they don't rely on depth, not in the way that Catholic Central can. They are going to need contributors up and down the lineup each and every night, and so far so good, really, this season. Last year, the Wildcats went 4-9-1, and they returned 10 skaters and the goalie, Elijah Verweiss, after losing in the regionals to Grand Rapids Christian 3-2. So it was a short playoff stay for the Wildcats, who last won the OK Conference in 2014. They have a couple of conference championships under their banner here, hanging down to our right at Griff's Georgetown, but it has been a little while. In fact, going on 8 seasons now. So Jenison trying to keep this good season going, keep the flow going, and for Catholic Central trying to get back to 500 as they prepare for a 2-game weekend. They'll have De La Salle Collegiate coming into the Southside Ice Arena tomorrow afternoon at 12:30. So tough turnaround, 2 games in about 18 hours' time. At least this one's an early start, relatively speaking, when it comes to evening games. 6 o'clock, well, make it more like a 6:15 face-off, as it turns out here, as the warm-ups have concluded. And we'll show you the rink here. Hello, there's me. I'm up here at the top of the bleachers, and now you're looking out at the ice as we're preparing for the playing of the national anthem between Catholic Central and Jenison. So we'll take a quick time out here and bring it back for the drop of the puck. It's back to blue night for Jenison. They're wearing special jerseys, white with blue trim, as opposed to their usual green and gray. So we will step aside, like I said, for just a moment and bring it back with the drop of the puck. Cougars at Wildcats from Griff's Georgetown. Keep it right here on Cougar Puck Radio.
Tonight's varsity matchup features the Grand Rapids Catholic Central Cougars and your Jenison Wildcats. Now the starting lineups brought to you by Brand Steakhouse, beginning with the visiting Cougars. At forward, number 2, Andrew Wormuth. Also at forward, number 15.
Actually, they're going to announce the starting lineups first, so I can give you a little bit more of a background on this game and what you can expect, especially from Catholic Central. Some notes from last time out. Byron Center outshot Catholic Central 32-28 in that rally, but On the positive end, it was another power play goal for Catholic Central that helped them build that lead. Ryder Mulvey scored on an assist from Nate Sova. That's now 14 power play goals by my accounting in 12 games for the Cougars. Similar output to what they were able to produce last year in that shortened COVID season. This is a season-high 3-game losing streak for Catholic Central. They had a 2-game skid up at the Gaylord Showcase when they played teams from across the state. But this is the first time they've lost 3 in a row against OK competition this year. Well, speaking of breaking out against or breaking out from slumps, Nate Sova broke a 3-game scoreless drought with an assist on Mulvey's goal that I told you about on Tuesday. So he got back on the score sheet, but Grant Kuykendall, the senior who has 11 goals, is scoreless in the 4 games since netting that 11th goal. That came on December the 19th at East Grand Rapids down at Patterson Ice Arena. Okay, now we're all set for the national anthem as the 6 starters for each team are lined up on their respective blue lines here at the home of Jenison, Hudsonville, also Granville, and Grand Valley State University, in addition to several youth programs. Set for the face-off in just a moment on Cougar Puck Radio. This is Matt Gajtka. Keep it right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ice surface for the ceremonial face-off, Chief Tim Jungle from the Zeeland Police Department. Chief Jungle is a 30-year law enforcement veteran who has now been at Zeeland as the police chief for 4 years. He's also a member of the Wildcat family, graduating class of 1988. Thank you, Chief, for your past, present, and continued service to our community. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. And gentlemen, remove your hats. As our national anthem is performed by Wyoming Police Department Forensic Technician Casey Kaufman, with the honor guard provided by the Ottawa County Sheriff's Department.
Always nice to have the anthem sung live, and well, a little bit better of a presentation than it was on Tuesday when the Byron Center DJ / PA announcer ended up playing the first few bars of Highway to Hell by AC/DC when he was trying to cue up the national anthem. So I got a chuckle out of most of us. Hey, if we want to play a little more AC/DC, I'm okay with that. Don't get me wrong. All right, the starting goaltenders for tonight. We know who it's going to be for Jenison, obviously, as they just have the one goaltender on the roster. Elijah Verweiss, the sophomore, has played every minute of every game, minus the empty net situations for Jenison, of course. And we will see Max Moore get his second start of the season for GRCC. So Trent Goheen will be the backup tonight. And Moore, who has a record of 1-0-0, a save percentage of .800, and a 2.88 goals against average, gets on the ice. This is his third appearance. He also appeared in relief in the showcase up at Gaylord, and he earned a shutout. 5-0 win for Catholic Central against Grand Rapids Christian a month and a half ago. So the puck is dropped, and we're playing hockey with Grand Rapids Catholic Central moving it out of their own end. Here comes Wormuth, feeding it on this near side wing. Taking it is Nemesek, number 16. Grand Rapids Catholic Central in their traveling blue jerseys with the blue helmets, blue pants, gold and white trim. And I mentioned Jenison in white and blue for their Back the Blue Night promotion. Henry Kwiatkowski, the freshman defenseman, couldn't make the pass across. And as a result, he'll have to shoot it back in as the Cougars tag up. Cougars scored first again against Byron Center. That's been one of their strong points this year. They scored the first goal last time they were in here. That 6-4 opening night loss to Granville. They got on the board first. But here's a 2-on-1 for Jenison, perhaps, if they hustle. But no, good job from Kuykendall to get back. He had that first goal against Granville. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. He took that puck right away, did Kuykendall. 11 goals on the season for him. He was in the top 30 statewide as of last week with that total, regardless of division. Turning to center, this one are the Cougars, and Ian Schweigert overskated the pass from Henry Holloman. Into the corner, broken up, and here are the Wildcats with a record of 6-4. Looking to fire this one in on goal is Braden Eddy, but he missed the target high to the right from the left circle. 15:37 to go in the first period. No score yet on the board, no penalties as well. Centering pass from the Wildcats, and it's picked off, taken by Nate Sova, and he and Ian Schweigert usher it out to center ice. Wildcats jam it right back in down to our left. Like I said in the pregame, this is the first meeting that we can find in the record books between these two schools. Kind of hard to believe. Grand Rapids is a nice hockey community with plenty of schools that play it, but that's kind of interesting, isn't it? That they have never played Jenison, at least as far as we could tell. Zach Westrick revs it up. He had a strong game against Granville in this building a couple of months ago. Westrick pulls up and tries to center it from the goal line, but that was broken up. Now trying to tie this one up is Braden Outwater. Braylon Outwater with the give over here on this near side. Liam Watt, the towering forward, leans in here. 3-on-2 scrum, and the Cougars come out of the pack with the puck. Outwater circling behind the goal. The Cougars number 13 plays it out to the line, and now returned in below the goal line in the far corner. Westrick dispossessed of that puck by R.J. Rathsack, the senior. Rathsack has played all 4 years at Jenison. Sam Beidelick will flip this out for the Wildcats. That allows the Cougars to shoot right back in. Preston Burditt took care of that business. 14-12 and ticking to go in the first period. Cougars have controlled the flow of play, largely so far to this point. Here's the shoot-in by Owen Bowler. That hit high off the partition, stayed in play. Trying to clear it around Alex Sager, but that was snuffed out behind the net. Good job there from Eddie. Now on the chase, Robert Johnson the fourth, another senior on this Jenison squad. Wanted to put it toward the net. Instead, it's taken there by Hayden Blick, the leading scorer of the Wildcats. Gavin Phillips now overlaps. Blick on the far side. Turning, wristing, and it goes in behind the net. Blick tries to take this one. Instead, it's Johnson trying to stuff it in, and Moore makes his first save of the night. Still loose, though. Wraparound try, and nobody home for the Wildcats. Cleared out of there by Connor Schetz, number 26 for Catholic Central. Now Colin Hoffer in on the chase. Seeing some relatively new faces. Get some action here tonight. It's going to be a tough back-to-back for sure with De La Salle coming in at 9-2 tomorrow afternoon. No penalty coming up here. I thought I saw the referee put his arm up behind the play, but now it's a 3-on-2 for Catholic Central. But the pass goes awry on this near side as it was behind Wormuth. It comes right back to him, though, on the pass from Gabe Sova, and Wormuth just missed the net from the slot. Stepping up Bennett Rubline. He keeps it going for the Cougars, but Gabe Sova can't catch up to it. This is an icing call against Jenison with 12:46 remaining in the first. Good pace to this one to start. I was curious how the 6 o'clock start, a little bit earlier than what the players are used to on a school day, how that would affect them. Jenison's coached by Jack Williams, assisted by Scott Everin and Nick Pollock. And as for Catholic Central, Mike Slobodnik behind the bench with Joel Kwiatkowski, Mike Moss, and Josh Stella. Cougars try to get on the forecheck here. It's Outwater creeping in. He pokes it down the wall. Wormuth is there as well. Outwater with the puck in his skates. Or pardon me, that's Nolan Nemesek, I should say. Out to the line. Tripped and knocked down, I thought was Henry Kwiatkowski, but play will continue on. Luke Rosema pulling up. It's Kloppy dropping it off. Looking to go back to Rosema, but that's broken up. R.J. Rathsack on the charge in deep. Rathsack, the defenseman, wanted to put it in the middle and did, but it's broken up before it could get to Kloppy's stick. Wristed right back in deep. The Cougars and Holloman couldn't clear. Thrown wildly across the crease by Jack Beidelek. A couple of Beideleks on the ice. We'll keep track of the first names for you. Hey, we're used to that with Catholic Central, right? As Nemesek will get the clear. On the chase, shot out of a cannon there was Gabe Sova, but he couldn't quite get to that puck and force the turnover. Braden Eddy changes the direction of play, and now over to Avery Olenzuk. Olenzuk gets to his own, dump in behind the net. Wheels out to this near side. 11:32 to go in the first period, no score. Olenzuk behind the net, and fanning on a pass out from behind Robert Johnson. He catches the fallout of that. Tries to take it right back, but instead Catholic Central will break it out. Kuykendall heading up ice. Kuykendall got around one man from the left circle, tried to pull the trigger on a shot, and he was stick-checked from behind. No penalty there either. Kuykendall takes it from Outwater. Now stepping out and shooting right over the top against Verweiss. I don't think the Cougars have a shot on net yet. That would have been a heck of a save to try to make for your first since the warm-up for Elijah Verweiss. Out to the point now. Sager shooting. There's the first save. Stick save by Verweiss. In behind the net, Nate Sova. That's a place he likes to operate from. He had an assist from there last game. He'll eventually poke it out to the point in Sager, but his shot was flagged down by Sam Beidelek, and the Wildcats clear. Now they put it on the stick of Robert Johnson. Johnson ducking in deep. Johnson, who wears number 4, is Robert Johnson the 4th. I like that. As Kuykendall will take this puck and just bounce it barely out over the blue line into the neutral zone. Wildcats were offside. They had to tag up. Sager's lead pass broken up and interrupted. Taken away by the Wildcats on this near wing. Looking to shoot one is Hayden Blick. That was blocked by Sager. Preston Bird, a sophomore defenseman for Catholic Central. Chipped it up the wall. That's where Liam Watt will flush it out. Zach Westrick on the dump and chase. Right in on Verweiss, I should say. He wanted to let that one go off the outside of his net, but instead it was on target. Back to retrieve for the Cougars, Henry Kwiatkowski. He finds Braylon Outwater, who scored a goal in this building a couple of months ago. Outwater lays out one of the Wildcats away from the play. That's R.J. Rathsack. He's down. Lead pass, score! He laid the hit and he scored the goal. Braylon Outwater is 4th of the season. The sophomore connects from right out in front. What a brilliant little entry pass on the turnover and the transition play. 1-0 Catholic Central with 9:40 to go in the first period. Outwater was in all alone on the feed from Westrick. Brilliant little play, like I said. That's hockey right there. Turn defense into offense. So Outwater gets it, waiting for the announcement, and they are just going to say the goal scorer, I think. No, they're going to continue. They give an assist to Henry Kwiatkowski, and on cue, Henry shoots it right into his own bench. Just barely got it over the dasher. So we'll face it off from inside the Catholic Central zone with 9:16 to go in the first. Even strength goal for Catholic Central and another first goal. Although kind of ironic, in their last 5 games, the one game in which they didn't score first was East Grand Rapids, when they ended up coming back with 5 in a row to win that 5-1. This is icing against the Cougars. That'll bring the faceoff back down to our left. Thank you for joining us on Cougar Puck Radio with Catholic Central up 1-0. First of a two-game weekend. Third back-to-back situation of the season for Catholic Central. Off the draw, right back into the slot, and Eddie gunned it wide. And now a stuff try at the side of the net. That'll be pinned down by Max Moore. Jenison started its season with a three-game win streak, then dropped 3 in a row, then won 3 in a row. So they've been up and down. They lost 2-1 to Kennewa Hills on the 29th of December. Nathaniel Kloppy scored first, but the Knights got the last 2. They win the faceoff to the Wildcats, and Cole Williams wrist one just wide from the left point through a screen. Moore saw it at the last moment. There's Nathaniel Kloppy behind the goal. He's pinned up there, forcing the puck up into the corner. Bennett Rubline with a strong hit, and now here comes Andrew Wormuth, who had a goal the other night against Byron Center, but a turnover in the middle, nearly a turnover. Make it as it's poked ahead by Nemesek onto the stick of Gabe Sova, who cuts inside. Puck drifts away from him over to the side boards on the left wing. Sova left the puck behind. It'll be picked up by Sam Beidelik briefly. Gunned out to the point, held in there. Kicked to his stick by Ian Schweigert. Now Nemesek leans in here. One of the top scorers for Catholic Central. Schweigert stepping up, trying to make something happen. Kicked it over to Gabe Sova in the corner. 8 minutes to play in the first period. Sova, a good little pass there, but under the stick of Ryder Mulvey, who had his stick lifted at the last possible moment. Mulvey chips it ahead, off the elbow of Nolan Nemesek. Here comes Ryder Mulvey, pulling in and shooting one down low, and kicked out to the corner by Verweiss. Out to the far wing, Ian Schweigert, scanning the scene, looking for his options, wanted to make a pass that was broken up. Now Jack Beidelik on the move for Jenison. He stops on a dime and shoots. That's blocked, and Kuykendall leads the press back. Two-man rush. Kuykendall swerving to the outside, now waiting for reinforcements here. They are slow to arrive, but he does work it over on the far wing to Ian Schweigert, who shoots one for Weiss. Look behind him, and he's got it somewhere apparently. Then it was poked into the net after the whistle. No goal. .7:24 left in the first period. From Griff's Georgetown, this is Matt Gajtka. This is Cougar Puck Radio. Second game of 3 this week. We hope you can join us in person tomorrow if possible. 12:30 showdown against De La Salle. Team that's got a couple of state championships to its credit in the last decade or so. Loose in front as Nemesek pried it free, but out with it come the Wildcats. Right down the middle, R.J. Rathsack. Now to the outside, shoots one off the blocker hand of Moore and into the screen. Good save from number 41 in blue. I mentioned the Wildcats of Jenison went 4-9 last year. They returned 11 players. Their last full season, the Cats went 13-10-2. And Rathsack and Gavin Phillips were both on that squad. They contributed as sophomores. Both Rathsack and Phillips have played all 4 years at Jenison. Dumped in deep behind Braden Eddy, and that's an icing call against Catholic Central. Didn't think that it was from behind the red line, but apparently it was. With Andrew Wormuth's goal 3 nights ago, the Cougars now have 4 players with at least 4 goals, or with at least 5 goals, on the season. 6 players with at least 4, led by Kuykendall's 11, but after that it's a nice little cohort there. Mulvey with 6, Wormuth with 5, Gabe Sova with 5, and Liam Watt with 4. And actually, Outwater joins them, so make it 7 players with at least 4. High-rising shot from this near side. Save made by Moore, and we have a penalty. A tripping call coming up against Catholic Central. Well, Outwater must like to see his name on the score sheet because he's going off for tripping here after scoring the first goal. 6:30 left in the first. The puck comes over to this near side corner and cleared around. Strong play by Andrew Wormuth, the senior, to get it all the way around and out. Now pressuring here, Nate Sova in behind the Jenison goal. But the Wildcats work it up near wing to Sam Beidelek. He goes cross rink over to his brother Jack Beidelek, the freshman. Well, they're both freshmen, pardon me. Jack and Sam making the varsity squad. Bouncing puck wide of the Jenison net. So the Wildcats try to get their power play going, but they're having a hard time possessing the puck. Nate Sova, good work from behind the goal. He's got a shorthanded strike this season, does Nate Sova, back in that Rockford game right after Thanksgiving. This time he's content to just kill some time. Already 50 seconds gone on the Outwater tripping minor. That has the Cougars down a man right now, but they're up a goal. 1-0 on Outwater's even strength connection. Cole Williams, wrist shot from distance. That's easily gloved and held by Max Moore. Catholic Central returned plenty of top scorers from last year. Their top handful, but no goaltenders. So Trent Goheen and Max Moore, a couple of sophomores, are the men between the pipes this season for Coach Slobodnik. And Moore getting his third appearance, second start tonight. Rister over the top by Rathsack. That ends up on the far wing over by the point. Gavin Phillips held it in to the far corner, and a wrist shot that was blocked. Braden Eddy couldn't get it through. Now Gavin Phillips stops behind the net, wanting to make a play in the middle, and it's off a skate. Out to the line and Rathsack. Back down deep. Phillips twisting and turning on his backhand. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Gavin Phillips. The dish out to the line. Here comes a wrist shot off the outside of the net from Owen Bowler. Blindly thrown to the middle and picked off there by Henry Kwiatkowski, and he clears at least out the center off a Jenison stick. Under 5 to play in the first period, under 15 to go on this power play, 15 seconds that is. Kwiatkowski one more time. He gets the free clear and he rifles it down ice. That should about wrap it up on the Braylon Outwater tripping call. Trying to come right out in front of his own net dangerously was Rathsack, nearly turned it over. No harm, no foul, though, as now Pearson Kloppy follows on. The freshman shoots in with 4:20 remaining in the first period. The pass around the kick plate goes over the stick of Gabe Sova, so Jenison is able to have possession once more. On this near side, it's Outwater hacking and whacking. Couldn't get it further than the red line, so it's dumped in by Eddy of Jenison. First on the retrieval, Henry Kwiatkowski once more. Fed it beyond the reach of his D partner Preston Berta, now up near the blue line and kicked out to center. Westrick got it out. So now Jenison at least getting some momentum from that power play. They've had a little bit more of the puck in the last minute or so. Sam Beidelek with the soft toss in behind the goal. Beidelek had the puck come right back out to him, but poked off his stick by Henry Kwiatkowski again. He's all over the puck this shift. Tossed high off the boards, but held in at the line by Cole Williams, but he's stripped, and Kwiatkowski sends it down the length of the rink, this time for an icing. Griff's Georgetown is the site for this one and only matchup of the season between Catholic Central and Jenison. After this, De La Salle, and then next Saturday, the Cougars will stay in the greater Grand Rapids area when they go to Patterson once again to take on Forest Hills Central. RJ Rathsack from the corner, making the play out to the point. Jack Beidelek holds there, and it ends up out of play into the screen. This will be last touch by Jenison, or it was last touch by Jenison, so it will be a face-off in the neutral zone. If you're wondering why isn't Jenison wearing their typical green and gray, well, it's back to blue night, so they have special blue and white jerseys to support local police forces. Gabe Sova, nice little pass into the middle to find Andrew Wormuth over the line. Wormuth hands off right back to Sova on the dish in the middle from Nemesek, but it skipped under his stick. Gabe Sova again, good deke to the backhand, but it drifted away into the corner. He's got Nemesek going to the slot. Instead, he feeds it into the corner for Wormuth. 2:53 to go in the first period with a 1-0 Catholic Central lead on a Braylon Outwater goal. Partial breakaway. Out near the line, and Sager couldn't close to hold it in. Instead, it'll be Gavin Phillips of Jenison. Bumped there by Ian Schweigert and picked up on the move by Nemesek in some dangerous ice. He skates over to the far wing, though, and keeps it moving up north into the neutral zone. That's where Wormuth shoots in. Line change for Catholic Central. Nearly turned it over, did Pearson Kloppe, but instead it gets right on through to Nathaniel Kloppe. Nathaniel's a junior, Pearson's a freshman. In case you're wondering, Kuykendall, the leading scorer for Catholic Central, couldn't connect on that pass into neutral ice, but now Kuykendall retrieves it over on this near wing. He's trying to use that long reach to protect the puck, and he does. Finding Preston Berta, clicks a pass off the stick of Nate Sova. Sophomore to sophomore there as Sova chases in to the corner. Less than 2 to go in the period. Kuykendall, save made, rebound, and Verwijs kicked that one away as well. Kuykendall from close range, maybe about 10 feet out, tried to go, I think, between the legs of Verwijs, who stood up old school style and made the save. Robert Johnson, 1-on-3. Johnson wristed loudly off the blocker of Max Moore and punched over to the far wall. 90 seconds left in the first. Robert Johnson backhands it deep for Jenison. And Nate Sova redirects that exit pass up to Kuykendall, who's working 1-on-3, but a good move to get to the outside. Can he get the shot off? He does, and he just missed. He slinged that one through the blue paint and about a foot wide of the right post, maybe a little bit closer than that even. Nemesek on the handoff to the far wing. Kwiatkowski looks for Wormuth, and it's off his stick, which was knocked out of his hands, and it deflects into the screen. Does the puck out of play. 1:02 remaining in the first period. The faceoff will be at the center circle. Only a couple common foes this year for these two teams. West Ottawa, both these teams have beaten the Panthers this year on the road. As back forward is Henry Holloman. Holloman, the junior, makes a move and now gives up far wing for Gabe Sova. Good little pass to Nemesek. Wants to go one more on the connection ahead, but couldn't get it through the picket fence set up by the Wildcats in the neutral zone. He was looking for Wormuth ahead of the play. Here's Wormuth back checking here to take this puck away and finding Nemesek. Cross rink on the exit. Here comes Gabe Sova with the soft shoot in into this near corner. 20 seconds to go in the frame. Cruising in Sova to collect his own dump in eventually. Working in the corner, digging away, pries the puck loose, but we're down to 10 seconds in the period. Henry Kwiatkowski goes to the center point, shoots it, save for Weiss. Rebound still available in the high slot and picked up by the Wildcats, down to 4 seconds. One last chance on a center ice shot, a dipping shot from Rathsack that Moore boots away, and that ends the first period of play. 1-0 Catholic Central after 17 minutes. Braylon Outwater, his 4th goal of the season. Henry Kwiatkowski gets an assist on that. And so far, so good for Max Moore, back in the net for the first time in a month or so. We'll take a break on Cougar Puck Radio and bring it back for the second period after this 10-minute intermission. Keep it right here as Catholic Central Hockey rolls on YouTube.
Samsung Smart TV 4K television, brought to you by Benton Baker, Hudsonville, Buick GMC.
Just about set to go for the second period from Griff's Georgetown. I am Matt Gajtka. This is Cougar Puck Radio, and your Cougars are up 1-0 on Jenison on the road here tonight to start your weekend, your first full weekend of 2022. The puck was dropped, and the door to the locker room for Catholic Central was still open, so we'll do it again. And we'll load those 2 seconds that elapsed back onto the clock. How about that? Braylon Outwater has the only goal of this game on assist from Zach Westrick and Henry Kwiatkowski. That came with 9:40 remaining in the first period. Here's a shot at the start of the second period by Gabe Sova. A little sneak attack, and Elijah Verweiss had to be sharp to glove that and hold 7 seconds into the frame. Catholic Central trying to break a 3-game losing streak, a 4-game winless streak. Off to a nice start. They controlled the majority of play in the first period. Didn't hear the shot total. See if I can get that to you at some point if it's on Michigan Hockey Hub. Sometimes the box scores are live if you're lucky and you said all the prayers that you needed to say. In behind the net, here's Wormuth. Andrew Wormuth on the handoff to Gabe Sova, right back into the traffic area in front of the net, but Wormuth couldn't turn it over for the shot. Now he picks off the pass on this fresh ice after the resurfacing. Wormuth pulls up for a wrister that's right into the glove of Verweiss again. These two teams have both beaten West Ottawa. They've also both played Kennewa Hills. That's where the similarities end, because Jenison is 1-1 against Kennewa Hills, a couple of one-goal decisions, whereas Catholic Central blew out the Knights 10-2 at home. Mercy Rule game that ended after about a minute into the third period at Southside Ice Arena. That was back, in late November, I believe. Part of that win streak for Catholic Central after their opening night loss against Granville. Here comes Ryder Mulvey picking up a loose puck in the neutral zone. He shoots one. He wanted to go short side, top shelf, but he missed it by an inch or two. Ian Schweigert, nice play to keep it in at the line under pressure from Nathaniel Kloppe, but it's forced out the center anyway. 1 minute and 15 seconds gone in period number 2. Catholic Central up by 1. Tenuous hold on the lead right now in this game. You never feel comfortable 1 up. As Kuykendall will slow it down and shoot. He's deceptive with that wrist shot. He gets a lot on it from a lot of times flat-footed. I think it surprises goaltenders, and it nearly did on that occasion. Now he shoots off the post. That one hit the left post clean. Schweigert couldn't shoot it. It was broken up, and Jack Beidelek will break back. Pardon, that's Gavin Phillips. Phillips wiped out by Kuykendall, and we have a penalty coming up on the collision. Interference the call. Both players slid hard into the end wall, and both are, thank goodness, up and skating back to their respective benches. Well, at least Kuykendall is. Phillips is collecting a glove. Kuykendall is going to be penalized here for interference on the hit away from the puck. 15-16 to go in the second. And you know Kuykendall would love to get on the board. He's gone 4 games now without a point. But he'll have to watch from the penalty area, penalty box. Second power play for Jenison. The Wildcats are 0 for 1. Oh, my goodness. Gabe Sova might have had a breakaway, but he fell down trying to cut in. Now Wormuth right to the net. And a great save by Verweiss. But Wormuth drew a penalty as he charged right down the alley. And he was slashed, says the referee on this near side. So much for that power play. It's over after 12 seconds. Well, 2 chances there for the Cougars to make an offensive move shorthanded. Gabe Sova at least got that puck moving forward, and from there, Wormuth took over, and boy, he was barreling right to the net. The penalty is on Sam Beidelek, and it's a 4-on-4 situation for the next 1 minute and 48 seconds. Wormuth turns away from pressure behind the net, trying to take advantage of this extra space now. Out near the line, Preston Berta shoots one up high, and Verweiss didn't see it until late, but he handled it head high as the puck dropped into his breadbasket, and he holds for the whistle. 14:46 to go in the second. Well, some early eventful sequences in this second period. Clean face-off win for Catholic Central. And Ryder Mulvey. Mulvey goes right to the front, and he couldn't get that stick on the puck to direct it on goal on the pass from his buddy Nate Sova. Those two have a connection going on. Back to the line. Berta shoot deflected, and it missed the right post by an inch or two. Again, a close call for the Cougars to try to make it 2-0 as they flex their muscles here with the puck. But Berta was dispossessed. Nathaniel Kloppe on it first for Jenison. He created the turnover, but he lost it. Now Mulvey sprinting up ice with the puck, keeping it alive, kicks it to his stick, wanted to shoot it, and he fanned on it from the goal line. 14:06 left in the second period. 49 seconds to go on the 5-on-5. Nate Sova tries to work some magic from below the goal line. He's got a team-best 9 assists on the year. Kwiatkowski lost his stick as he kicked it down the wall. Maybe a chance here for Jenison to break back. Rathsack to the middle, a one-time shot on this near wing by Kimball, and he missed everything. It's the first time Kimball's touched the puck, I think, tonight, as far as I could tell, and he nearly tied it up. Nate Sova, watch out, takes a shoulder up high on a clean check from Hayden Blick, Jenison's leading point getter. Watt wanted to clean out Robert Johnson, but Johnson looked up at the last second and saw him. Down to 13 seconds on the 4-on-4. Watt driving wide, protecting the puck with one hand on the stick. Watt working away from Andrew Kimball. And it's loose on to Nemesek for the backhand, and that drifts wide of the goal. Short power play, 12 seconds long. It begins for Catholic Central. Nemesek breaking free high in the slot, now over to the side boards. Left it there, big drive up high, and glove down by Verweiss. No further play. That shot came from Henry Holloman. Holloman has played in all 12 games this season, still in pursuit of that first point. Not for lack of trying with shots like that. So no Shane Kwiatkowski tonight for Catholic Central. We haven't seen him on the ice at least. Okay, he is injured. Just received word on that. Curious because you always see number 11 out there, usually with his brother, Henry, his little brother. Power play's over. It was a short one. Wormuth took a hard hit there. He seemed a bit stunned by it as he went down to both knees, pirouetting into the corner as play works up ice. Hayden Blick on the chip, but there's his opposite number, Ian Schweigert, to break it up. Cougars push the pace here, 2-on-2. Gabe Sova taps it behind the net to Ian Schweigert. Back to Gabe, back to Ian. Ian's got a look. He wants to make the pass out to Holloman. Instead, it hops over to this far side for Westrick to shoot, but that was partially blocked. Schweigert regathers in the neutral zone. Handed it off, though, to Sam Beidelek. Beidelek wiped out on the far side. There's a big hit by Outwater, the goal scorer in this game. The only goal scorer so far. 12 minutes to go in the second period. Schweigert taps it ahead, and it's bunted further into the offensive zone by Gabe Sova, who heads off the ice for a line change. Outwater, nice check to pry the puck loose. Outwater behind the net to the circle. Now gives it out to the point. Sager, but his pass is in the skates of Berta, who has to chase back for it. Berta clears it right through a couple of Wildcats, changing, but it's given right back to Jenison. Nathaniel Kloppe. Into the middle now. Here's a chance looking in front was Olenzik, but it was broken up. Two players come together. This is getting to be a physical game in the second period. Outwater gives it behind his net. Watch out as Sager avoids a check. Alex Sager, a couple of strong moves for the sophomore. And now he's crushed, but he got rid of the puck and made a nice play. If you have the puck, be wary right now. Icing against Catholic Central with 11:10 to go in the second. Yeah, this has become a head-on-a-swivel type of game. The pace has been good all night. Jenison, I mentioned, was scheduled to play Wednesday against East Kentwood here, I believe, 4 o'clock tilt, but never happened because of the big snowstorm that moved through, dropped more than a foot on most of Greater Grand Rapids. I know I measured 14 inches in our backyard, so it feels like winter now, doesn't it? Face-off win for Jenison. Gavin Phillips spins, wants to shoot. That was blocked on the way. Now Beidelek follows on. He couldn't get it on net. And the third try there for RJ Rathsack is off of Moore's shoulder and up into the screen. We'll do it again in the Cougar zone. Griff's Georgetown, home to 3 high school hockey programs. Jenison, Granville, Hudsonville, in addition to Grand Valley, their club teams. The Grand Valley Stars. Nate Sova moves into the offensive zone, but well, that was a late whistle on an offside. He was already down by the hash marks before the play was stopped. Interesting. 4 officials on the ice as per usual in Michigan high school hockey. Where I come from, Western Pennsylvania, that is not a given. A lot of times it's 2 officials. They both have referee powers, but a little more specialized in Michigan. Of course, hockey's a club sport in Western Pennsylvania, so things are a little bit different there too. Neither here nor there, as Berta will clear this past Nate Sova and untouched for an icing. This is the last time that Catholic Central will play in this building this year. Back to take this and clear it up the wall, Henry Kwiatkowski, but he couldn't clear it all the way. Karaming out high in the zone. Scooped up by the gliding Nathaniel Kloppe. Kloppe gave it here. Penalty on the way against Catholic Central. A floating shot in on net from Cole Williams. That's grabbed and held by Moore. But Catholic Central's about to go short for the 3rd time tonight. Preston Berta, the guilty party, with 10:15 remaining in the second. At least one person in the crowd didn't agree with it. Okay, off the draw, right to the front of the net. Shuffled there by Olenzik, but Moore made the save. Max Moore trying to keep his streak alive. The 2 games he's started so far, he hasn't allowed a goal. He blanked Grand Rapids Christian 5-0. That was the game that Kuykendall had 4 goals. And another penalty is coming against Catholic Central well back in the Jenison zone. I think Wormuth is going to get called for some sort of a trip. A leg-on-leg trip, pretty rare in hockey, but in this case, that's the call that's made. 9:46 left in the period, so that'll be a 92-second 5-on-3, barring any further penalties. A pair of trips have the Cougars in a tough spot on the road. It was Mulvey, not Wormuth, who was called for the penalty. You hate to see it in the offensive zone, but that was a close call. More a penalty of aggression than anything. Mulvey was trying to lay a check and couldn't pull it off. Cole Williams goes cross-rank for a drive from the outside by Hayden Blick that missed everything. From this near corner, back out high. Williams one more time. Moore makes the save, and he has the rebound. Sam Bidalik was poking away, but Henry Kwiatkowski made sure he was at arm's length, or stick length as it were. 1:17 remaining on the 5-on-3. I'm always torn on whether the team killing the penalty would like to get a lot of face-offs when they're down 2 men. In this case, you win it, but couldn't get it out. It banged off the body of Phillips. Gavin Phillips with a nice job to prevent that clear for Catholic Central. Out to the line, R.J. Rathsack. Fed it into the corner there. Now back out to Rathsack. Near side, Pearson Kloppe backpedaling. Jenison's number 5 dished it over into the corner now. Braden Eddy behind the net. He's pinned there by Kwiatkowski. 53 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Trying to go cross-rink was Eddy, but that was partially blocked. Over to Rathsack, who slows things down again. Pearson Kloppe high in the zone. Jenison not getting closer than the top of the circles, really. Kloppe wants to make a pass. Now he does get it down low, and a stuffed chance by Eddy is stopped by Moore. Trying to collect the rebound were the Wildcats, and they did, and they swung it right out in front, but now Nathaniel Kloppe will take it. Nathaniel Kloppe over near wing to Rathsack. Rathsack loads up a shot off a body in front. I think it was Schweigert or pardon me, Sager, number 7, who blocked that. Down to 18 seconds to go on the first tripping penalty, and the Cougars get the clear. Henry Kwiatkowski, and that should reduce it to a 5-on-4 by the next time Jenison gets the puck back in the offensive zone. Look at this forecheck from Andrew Wormuth behind the net. 2 men short. He's killing off precious seconds for Jenison. Wormuth takes a hit there from Kloppy, but keeps it moving into the corner, and then he checks Pearson Kloppy right there. Wormuth still has it. Andrew Wormuth right in for an attempted shot that was blocked to the end wall. What an effort. Jenison's down to just 15 seconds. Remember that effort from Andrew Wormuth, my goodness. That's probably going to do it on the Jenison power plays, plural. Wonderful work. That shows how you can defend while attacking. Outwater now pries the puck away from a Wildcat. The power plays are over. Jenison is 0 for 4 on the night. Now Catholic Central wants to go back on the attack. They'd love to do it. Backpedaling, Holloman should score! Don't you love the turnaround? 2-0 Catholic Central. Henry Holloman didn't even react, but he shot it through a screen. A big crowd of bodies in front, and it found its way in. I'm not sure if it's his goal, but it doesn't matter. It's in the back of the net. How about that? Either way, he's got his first point of the season, and the Cougars have doubled the lead with 7:28 left in the second. Even strength goal after dispatching of a 5-on-3 for 92 seconds. Nemesek gets the primary assist according to the PA man here. So if it stands, Holloman the junior, his first goal. Mulvey will shoot. That's off the stick of Cole Williams. Kuykendall out near the line, spun a shot on frame, and that save made by Verweiss, who didn't even react to that shot from Holloman really until it was well too late. Nate Sova got it to Kuykendall right out in front and shoved wide of the net. Ryder Mulvey that close to his 7th goal this season and goals in back-to-back games. Now Mulvey winds it up. Catholic Central's number 5 to the outside, shot it and it was blocked. Rejected out high by Alenzuk. Kicking it to his stick, Gavin Phillips of Jenison. 6.5 to go in the second period. Catholic Central's up 2-0 on the road. Back into the corner here. Big battle for the puck, and it's clipped over the top of Holloman, and it goes the length of the rink for icing. This is Jenison's first game since the 29th of December, so a week and a half. That 5-on-3 power play, I said it during the action, but I'll reiterate it too. They just were unable to get much closer than the top of the circles. They had a couple of stuff tries from the side of the net, but Jenison just couldn't make anything happen out high, and they couldn't make the adjustment as Catholic Central was pressuring them there. That's all part of the cat and mouse game of special teams. Westrick from the corner. He's got an assist in this game. Outwater kicked it right to the front. He's got a goal in this game, nearly 2, but that one was fended off by the Wildcats, and this is offside against the Cougars. Coming to you from the top of the bleachers at Griff's Georgetown, this is Matt Gajtka on Cougar Puck Radio. Grand Rapids Catholic Central trying to take care of business here, get back to 500, get their 6th win of the season, and their 3rd win on the road. Big bang off the boards there as here comes a shot right on net. Rebound poked wide by Moore. That is Sam Moore. No relation to Max, by the way. The Cougars continue to work there. Brody Potter. Oh. right toward the front of the net. Sorry, we appear to have lost our camera right now. Have to get it charged during the intermission as it's out toward the point here and slammed on net and grabbed onto by the Cougars' Max Moore with 4:45 remaining in the second period. 2-0 Catholic Central. That score is accurate. You see on your screen. .445, like I said, to go. We'll work on the visuals for you. In the meantime, we'll just give you an old-fashioned radio call here. Face-off in the Catholic Central zone. Henry Kwiatkowski backpedaling, spins it around the boards, and out it goes, ushered there by Colin Hoffer. So Mike Slobodnik going deep into his bench now, getting some players some PT, some playing time, with, of course, that game against De La Salle coming up in less than 24 hours' time. Well, it's going to feel like close to 12 hours, rather, by the time this one ends, around 9 o'clock. Holloman back to retrieve for Catholic Central. Dumped it around the wall near side. Holloman again, who got credit for that second Catholic Central goal. He finagles this one ahead, and he's on it first in the corner in the offensive zone. Took the pass right to the front, trying to find Hoffer, but that was broken up. Now it's Henry Kwiatkowski.
Special fast charger. Yeah. Okay, let's try this one instead. Okay. Jillian, just go.
Trying to grab Natty's charger.
Sorry.
3:35 left in the second period. Gavin Phillips gets it out to center for Jenison. Jenison down 2-0. Olenzuk gunning it off the near side wall. He throws his head back in frustration. Pardon, that was Andrew Kimball, actually, the sophomore defenseman, as he missed connecting there. No icing, though. I think he was afraid that he had iced it, but he had not. Ian Schweiger on the retrieval here for Catholic Central. Fed it up the far boards on his backhand. That's taken there by R.J. Rathsack on the shoot-in. To the corner now. Played out to this near side. Kimball. Kimball goes down the wood with it. But again, Catholic Central on it first. And here's Nemisek passing it over near wing to Gabe Sova in the neutral zone. He shot it around the wall, deep into Jenison territory. Kimball from his own real estate. D-to-D pass to Rathsack. He went back to Kimball, but too hard for him. It ends up in the clutches of Alex Sager out in the neutral zone, and he inadvertently flipped that into his own bench with 2:31 to play in the second. We have the picture back, and we'll try to get the iPad charged up a little bit more here. Haven't run into that previously this year, so I apologize for that. Hey, I've done plenty of games on the radio, so if we have the video or not, I'll be okay. I'll just continue to talk, if that's okay with everyone. Cole Williams from the corner. Dished it around the kick plate, but unable to gather that one cleanly. Jack Bidalek. Bidalek again tries to clear. Can't do it. Berta held there. High slot. Quickendall shot save. Rebound. Poked right over the top by Nate Sova. One of the scoring lines out there for Mike Slobodnik. Nate Sova, number 12 for Catholic Central. Left it there for Quickendall. He's got a couple of wraparound style goals this season. Instead, he'll filter it out to the line on Alex Sager. Under 2 to go in the second period. Make it 150 to be exact. Catholic Central's added on another here on a point shot from Henry Holloman to make it 2-0. Kuykendall wants to get room for a shot and does shoot, and Verwijs patted it away to the corner. Verwijs has had Kuykendall's number tonight. One more time, and again Verwijs, he had an open side of the net, did Kuykendall, as Verwijs got confused or tangled up. He was more toward the middle of the net, and Kuykendall was pursuing from the left side. Maybe half the net was an exaggeration, but a good third of the net was open, but he ended up shooting it right back into the goaltender. And Kuykendall shakes his head as he heads off the ice with 94 seconds to go in the second period. Headman pass from Rathsack. Finds Braden Eddy, who tries to get around the corner. Nice job there from Holloman, having a whale of a game. Is a sophomore defenseman. He's tied up there in the corner with Eddy. Two combatants go toe-to-toe. Eddy makes the play on the puck. Rathsack behind the net. Rathsack, rangy left-handed shooter. Went to the middle, had an open man there, but it was poked off of Sam Bidalek's stick. Down the ice it goes. Liam Watt is chasing, but he won't be able to get there to beat out the icing. He's got to touch it before the goal line in order to do that in high school hockey, and he couldn't make it. 1:02 to go in the second period. Good pressure from Catholic Central, but the Cougars would love to get another one here to really make themselves feel better going into the third. Remember, they led Byron Center 2-0 on Tuesday nights before the Bulldogs staged a rally on their home rink at the Southside Ice Arena. Kind of an away game or at home for Catholic Central. Home away from home, if you will. But it didn't work out in the end in that 3-2 overtime loss. Nemesek, nice hockey stop in the corner to create some space for himself. Now he hands it off to Wormuth, who's played a tremendous game in terms of his energy level. That time, Gabe Sova is dispossessed. And here are the Wildcats. Sam Bidalek, ridden into the wall by Henry Kwiatkowski. The shoot-in for Jenison. Holloman played it too far for Nemesek to take. Holloman again overskated here, but the Wildcats have to tag up on the delayed offside. 20 seconds remaining in the period. Nemesek, serpentine through the neutral zone. And he ends up feeding it in deep. Wormuth laying a check. 10 seconds to go in the period. Nemesek looks like he's content to hold it for a moment. Now he comes out of the corner with it. Wanted to give it to Wormuth, who's bumped into. Cougars want an interference call, but they're not going to get it as Gabe Sova will get the last touch on the puck. And the Cougars co-captain runs out the remainder of the second period before he can get a shot away. Another goal on the board for Catholic Central. Henry Holloman on an assist from Nolan Nemesek with 7:28 to go in the second. That's brought us to a 2-0 scoreline going into the final frame of regulation time. Keep it locked right here on Cougar Puck Radio for the third period. From Griff's Georgetown, this is Matt Gajtka, live from the scene as the Cougars start a two-game weekend. They're one solid period away from breaking that streak and getting back on the winning track. We'll see if they can do it after this break. And we're off for the third period of play from Griff's Georgetown. Cougars up 2 on 1 goal in each of the first 2 periods. A backhand softly played in on Max Moore by Hayden Blick. And Moore holds on. Max Moore trying to improve the 2-0 on the season. He helped beat Grand Rapids Christian right around the Thanksgiving holiday 5-0 at the Southside Ice Arena. Tonight he's on the road as Gabe Sova will move in for a shot, save, rebound. Verweiss made the second save too somehow. I don't know how that didn't go in. Incredible stop. The follow-up stop that was. Nolan Nemesek was right there on a knee in the crease and just couldn't nudge it home. My goodness. And after the other night, don't think that Catholic Central isn't thinking about getting a third on the board here to allow for a steadier ride home. But they'll have to keep working for it. Gabe Sova backtracking for the puck, does a nice job to stop and start and feed it into the neutral zone here. That's where Wormuth will leave it there for Sova. Sova got around a man and shot in before he heads off to the bench. 50 seconds gone in period number 3. A pair of even-strength goals for the Cougars. Henry Holloman in the second and Braylon Outwater in the first. This is Cougar Puck Radio. I'm Matt Gajtka. Grant Kuykendall lost control of the puck. I have the feeling he's going to get on the board here before it's all said and done tonight. Mulvey forces the turnover here. Now it's R.J. Rathsack picking up the pace. Rathsack nudging it ahead right in on Max Moore, who pins it to the ice. This is the first matchup in recent history, maybe in all of history as far as we could tell, between Catholic Central and Jenison. Here at the home of the Wildcats, along with Hudsonville and Granville. Catholic Central 0-1 in this building this year. This is their final visit, barring a playoff matchup against somebody. And this pass way too hard from Holloman for Kuykendall to take. It was more of a dump out, and Holloman apologizes there. Or perhaps talking some things over, or maybe he thought that Grant was going to be a little bit further up ice. Who knows? 15:23 showing on the third period clock. Still some road games to come here in the second half of the season for the Cougars. This is game number 12. They're 5-6-1 coming in, or pardon me, game number 13, I should say. I can do math. Maybe it takes me a while to get warmed up. Loose puck in front of the Cougars net. Ian Schweigert took a hard hit to the side of his head, and he's still gathering himself. He's not feeling so good right now, and he's getting helped off the ice. I think he lost his mouth guard too. He just was indecisive behind the net, and as a result got crunched by one of the Wildcats. Berta cleared it around the wood, but not out. Kept there by Cole Williams at the hash marks. Now intercepted at the point by Jack Beidelek of Jenison. Cougars have De La Salle tomorrow at 12:30 approximately at the Southside Ice Arena. Hope to see you there. Should be a great matchup. One of the better teams from out east in the state. A couple of state championships to their credit. The De La Salle Pilots, all boys school. Gun past Henry Kwiatkowski, but there is Braylon Outwater to shove it along further. This one, though, will go for icing on the fresh sheet. Kwiatkowski couldn't find a man in the neutral zone open. Other road games coming up later this year, later this month. We'll see, in fact, 8 days from today, the Cougars travel to Patterson Ice Arena to take on Forest Hills Central, and they'll also play Forest Hills Northern and Eastern, that co-op team at Patterson. I believe that's the last weekend of January, if my notes are correct. At any rate, Jenison with possession, down 2-0. R.J. Rathsack swirling around to the outside. The puck drifts off his stick. Connor Schetz will make the nice play to tap it out into neutral ice. See Schetz out there along with Colin Hoffer. Loose puck behind the net on the turnover. Hayden Blick, but he gave it right back. And the Cougars try to get their legs going. That was Brody Potter playing into the near corner. Potter, number 9, getting a first shift of the third period for him and his line. Sam Bidelick overtaken there. Nice play from Colin Hoffer to get the jump on him, but he couldn't get to the puck in the offensive zone. And this will be an icing against Jenison with 13-19 remaining in the third period. A halting start to this third period. First and second period were a little more wide open. Turning point of this game, easy one right now to look back on if things progress this way. Jenison had a 5-on-3 power play for a minute 32. Couldn't score on it. Didn't really get that close. And then almost immediately after the power plays expired, Henry Holloman scored on a point shot through a screen to make it 2-0. Wormuth whiffed on the shot as he cut inside. Back out just outside the blue line. Alex Sager knocks it ahead as he lassoed it in. Cross-ring dish from Pearson Kloppe. Intercepted and shot right on goal. Saved by Verweis. On the chance for Wormuth again. He's had a whale of a game despite no points as of yet. Anyway, as I was saying, yes, that Forest Hills Northern Eastern game will be part of the final weekend of January. Also, Lowell Caledonia will be an opponent on the road at the Kentwood Ice Arena. That's their only trip, the Cougars' only trip to that facility this year. Chance in the middle of the ice for Robert Johnson. He fluttered one just over the crossbar. That puck came right to him off a turnover. Now a play by Braden Eddy. He just steered it well too hard and too high for anyone to capture on his side. So the Wildcats have to start again at center ice. Kloppe with the shoot around. Schweigert can't get there in time, as now it's taken by Robert Johnson. Johnson, though, handed it right back to Schweigert. Good to see him back out there after taking that high hit on the previous shift. R.J. Rathsack left the puck in the face-off circle. Not sure what he was trying to do, maybe a toe drag, but it didn't work out either way. Nolan Nemisek flipped it ahead, looking to collect his own dump in, but he won't be able to do so. This is icing as he made the play from behind his the red line. The Cougars will make a trip to the Kennedy Sports and Recreation Center in Huntington, PA on February 3rd and 4th for another showcase tournament. And then they'll be at Griff's Ice House to play Rockford and at Walker to play Kenowa Hills. So if you can't see the Cougars at home, there's plenty of chances to catch them on the road too. As the season moves along, we're right near the midway point. Like I said, game number 13. And the Cougars in search of win number 6. Nate Sova peels to the outside. The Cougars only have one power play in this game, and it lasted 12 seconds. So maybe they feel like they're owed one at some point, if such a concept exists. 11:30 left in the third period. Sova pass in front. Great save for Weiss. Unbelievable as Kuykendall is robbed again, and the follow-up chance for Weiss eats that up too. Kuykendall is probably talking to Nate Sova saying, hey, great play. I just got to bury it. That's at least 3 prime chances for Grant Kuykendall. Big 28. Hard to hold him off the board when you give him those looks, but I suppose that's how hockey goes sometimes. You're not on the hot streak, maybe the bounce doesn't go your way, even though you hammer it from point blank. So it's still 2-0. Cougars trying to convert this one on the road, but a turnover right in for a shot. Score! Hayden Blick beats Max Moore over the glove from right in close, and it's a 2-1 game. So that close to 3-0, and now it's 2-1. Puck just rattled off of, I think, Sager. Yes, it did. And to Blick for an unassisted goal. 11:07 to go in the third. Still plenty of time. And the leading scorer for Jenison gets the Cats on the board in the third period. Okay, well, hold on now. It's definitely a hockey game again. So the Cats aren't wearing their green and gray and white tonight. They're wearing blue and white for their Back the Blue event, supporting local police. Cougars in their blue on the road as Outwater dishes it off a skate, and it does meander its way out to center. 10.5 to play in the third period. It's 2-1. Catholic Central up by the slimmest of margins. Watt was breaking ahead, but Westrick couldn't make the pass. Never mind, it wouldn't have counted anyway. It was offside. Very interesting now. So the Cougars get a chance to protect a lead once again. They couldn't do it on Tuesday against Byron Center, but I think all you can ask for is a chance right away to redeem yourself. And that's what the Cougars have here. So if you look at it in a positive fashion, that's the way to look at it. Gabe Sova on it here for Mike Slobodnik's Cougars. He turns and twists a backhand in deep. Sova tried to break right out in front with it. Now he'll glove this puck down. Or pardon, that's Nemesek, I should say. 16, not 15. He's got 15 Sova in tow, but Nemesek's going to carry it in over the line himself. Nemesek's backhand ushered away to the end wall by Elijah Verweiss, who's played well in this game to keep his team alive. And a shot from Wormuth is stopped by Verweiss. Out by the line, Holloman couldn't keep it in. That's offside. Cougars tag up, and Jenison will work the stationary breakout. Under 10 to play in the third, and a turnover. Nemesek wanting to turn it in front, pops up in the air, right at the side of the net, and Gabe Sova couldn't gather it. Now it's Wormuth right back to Gabe from behind the net. He's got Nemesek in front, but couldn't find him. Cougars trying to kick this puck along, and tossed up off the high glass, kept alive in the O zone, but briefly Jenison back in control. Johnson from deep in his own end made a pass to Nolan on the far wing side. Down to 9 minutes to play in regulation time. Cougars have played 2 consecutive overtime games in 3 of their last 4. They'd love to avoid it here. Kuykendall one more time. Maybe he can put one in, but couldn't make the pass over to Holloman. Holloman, high toss. No icing here as play will roll on. Hayden Blick, who has the goal, turn it over. Nate Sova in front. Kuykendall swung at it as it was up in the air. Would have been a high stick. And it hops over free to Jack Bidelick of Jenison. And the Wildcats, Braden Eddy redirects it out through the neutral zone. Back into Catholic Central real estate. Berta turns, makes the pass. Kuykendall, smooth stick work to get the puck moving ahead to the blue line at least. That's where he's defended well there. Now Ian Schweigert follows up to shoot around. From back behind his net, Hayden Blick of Jenison. Lost control. Cougars with success on the forecheck again. His pass to the front off of Verweiss's stick. Now back to Schweigert. Ian Schweigert right on line with that one, but Verweiss grabs and holds. 8:12 left in the third. Guess it's not going to be easy for Catholic Central tonight. They're working hard. Third goal might do it. Max Moore has done about all he can do, only beaten on a breakaway here in this third period. Face-off won back by Westrick to Holloman. His wrist shot got nothing but glass on the knuckler. Henry Kwiatkowski came down the wall. Remember, his brother Shane is out with an injury tonight. Strong check from Holloman to send Jack Bidelick spinning around like a top at center ice. And a good check there from Liam Watt to knock one of the Wildcats halfway into the Cougars bench. The puck's free to Catholic Central again. Watt jousting there with his opposite number, Andrew Kimball. A cross-ring dish to the near wing. Holloman shoots in for Catholic Central. Bumped by Jack Bidelick, but the Cougars are on the attack again. A penalty's on the way here. Who's it going to be against, though? It's going to be against Catholic Central as Ian Schweigert touches the puck, and roughing is the call. 7:29 left in the third, our first penalty of the third, and it puts Jenison on its 5th power play tonight. Holloman for a rough. And the drama increases. the referees are discussing something at center ice. Linesmen can discuss and suggest penalties if they feel they are of a major variety to the referees. So keep that in mind. That is maybe the only thing that's going on right now, and I guess they determined that they couldn't say for sure what happened, if anything happened. Wish I could lend my perspective, but I was watching the puck as I usually am. Okay, Jenison on a 5-on-4 power play. Braden Eddy in deep. Nathaniel Kloppy to the far wing. They need another penalty kill, do the Cougars. Pearson Kloppy, pardon me, dispossessed out by the line as he went down to a knee. Good job high in the zone by Gabe Sova to create some havoc. Back for the puck, Ian Schweigert. Gabe Sova looks up ice and clears it between a couple of Wildcats. Out to the red line. Wormuth, who had a great penalty-killing shift late in that 5-on-3, again does well to keep the Wildcats bottled up. So does Gabe Sova here on this near side. Schweigert parades down the wall. R.J. Rathsack got a hand up on Schweigert, but play continues back into the Jenison zone, and they're going to call a penalty there against Catholic Central. Braden Eddy reaching up to his mouth. I didn't see it. I'm guessing some sort of a high stick maybe, with 6:39 to play in the third. Mulvey's in the box for the second time. I think it was a high stick, I'm not sure, but at any rate, it's another 5-on-3 for Jenison, and deja vu for Catholic Central. They'll have to try to do their best to repeat the feat from the second period. That'll be a good start. Andrew Wormuth shoots it down the length of the rink, all 200 feet. It's under a minute to go on the first penalty to Henry Holloman. So the Cougars are missing a D-man and a forward. And in Mulvey, a smooth skating forward. Moore makes the save. It hops high in the air off his blocker. And what's the call here? The faceoff's going to come out of the zone. Hand pass. 6:13 left in the third, 45 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Jenison's sixth power play. And this will be all the way back in Jenison territory. Can the Cougars hang on? 6 miles to go in this one. Off the draw, Gabe Sova wanted to win it back, but instead it goes forward in behind the Jenison goal. Plucked there by Cole Williams. Williams on the far side. The Wildcats set up shop, and a cross-rink pass, I think it was, ends up on the stick of Sam Beidelek to the point, and Jack Beidelek, wristing pad save. Moore, he saw it the whole way. Good job to track that one. Still free as it's Sam Beidelek, dispossessed, taken away by Ian Schweigert. Gabe Sova couldn't get out. Schweigert will take the puck and shoot it all the way down. Just 7 seconds to go on that first penalty. It's going to be a 5-on-4 for Jenison. And the Wildcats, under Coach Jack Williams, have had some frustration on the power play so far. They have 50 seconds to go on this sixth power play. Lead pass. Nearly broken up, but Rathsack handed it off. They gained the zone with speed to the Wildcats, right to the front of the net, and Moore made a nice save on Nathaniel Kloppy's backhand. Tuck job at the right post. Centering pass, bouncing puck through the slot. Ice getting a little choppy. One of the Cougars went down. It's still free in the slot, and Kwiatkowski hammers it down and out, and he felt like he was tripped. So did most of the Cougars and their fans, but no penalty. Down to 15 seconds remaining on this power play for Jenison. Kuykendall has the puck, wants to center it and does, but it's tapped away from Nate Sova at the last second. He's got to get back. He's still killing a penalty. Now it's shot in with some frustration by R.J. Rathsack of Jenison. Penalties are over. Catholic Central 6 for 6 on the penalty kill tonight. Clutch effort again. And really no great chances. Again, they do well to keep the Wildcats to the outside. Now with 4.5 to go in the third period. Sova handed it back into Henry Holloman's corner. He has to parade for it and feed it up the far wing. Nemesek couldn't get it out. Now Henry Kwiatkowski. He'll try around this near wing. Nate Sova redirects it. Held in again by Braden Eddy of Jenison this time. And this time it's pummeled down the ice, but this time it'll be too far for anyone to grab onto. It's icing with 4:04 left in the third. Jenison doesn't make any changes. Catholic Central, they get Mulvey and Nate Sova off. Westrick takes this draw for the Cougars. Zach Westrick wins it cleanly. Well done there.
Go get it.
It's spun around to this near side. Outwater trying to hold his ground against Gavin Phillips. They both go down. Ian Schweigert slams it off his own end wall. There's Liam Watt backhanding off a body into the bench. I think that should be out of the zone. That was off a Wildcat last with 3:49 showing on the clock. The Cougars have had the majority of the chances, but have not been able to beat Verweiss since Henry Holloman's goal about midway through the second period. Kuykendall's had 2 or 3 of the best chances. I keep thinking he's going to break through. He's on the bench right now. Sova, Wormuth, and Nemesek are the forward unit for Mike Slobodnik, but that's icing again against Catholic Central. So that gives Jenison an edge in the field position battle, if you will, as it's now slowing down to a snail's pace. Late in the third, plenty of draws, as often happens in a one-goal game. Things tighten up. On the jailbreak, here's Gabe Sova reaching out. He took a high hit, but kept the puck moving ahead. Now Wormuth back in his own territory. Feeds the defenseman Ian Schweigert. One tap from Nemesek on to Gabe Sova, trying to run the gauntlet, go through all 3 Wildcats. Nearly pulled it off, but the puck spun off his stick at the last second. 3:20 to go in the third period. Schweigert, the handoff. Nemesek into the middle, and it's slightly behind Andrew Wormuth in the slot. Schweigert, Ian Schweigert, down deep. He's the only Schweigert on the ice tonight. Brother Drew not available. Andrew Wormuth swirling behind the goal. Backhand to forehand. Now a pass across and behind the net. Gabe Sova, aerial pass, and it bounces by Schweigert at the point. Here's Robert Johnson, but the Cougars recover, and I think Johnson didn't have much left in the tank with 2:50 left in the third. Rather not make the backward play at this point. This is icing against Jenison. That'll help the cause. 2:42 remaining. And Ian Schweigert having a conversation with Robert Johnson. Johnson, one of 5 seniors on the Wildcats roster this year. It's a small roster. Just 15 players, counting their lone goalie, Elijah Verweiss, who's done all he can to keep his team in this game. Max Moore at the other end. He's going to let his defenseman take this puck. That's Henry Kwiatkowski slamming it around the yellow kick plate. Nate Sova relayed it all the way up ahead to Ryder Mulvey offside. Kuykendall just a half step ahead of the puck as the Cougars gain the line. Just past 8 o'clock on this Friday night. Thank you for joining us on Cougar Puck Radio. This is Matt Gajtka. Lynn Sova running the camera again. We're working in a new tripod tonight, so let us know what you think. Here's Kuykendall's backhand in deep. Final few shifts of this game. Again, the Cougars keep it alive in the O-zone. Comes to Kuykendall. Let go a quick shot. That hit a body in the slot. And the Cougars back out here. Maybe a wise choice, as now it's a 2-on-2. Rushing in, Rathsack left it behind in the slot. And now we're under 2 minutes to go in this third period. Still a 2-1 lead for Catholic Central. Nate Sova, good move to the inside. Shoots one. Verweiss has the answer again. 1:47 is the time down to my left. Well, no one said it would be easy. This has been a grind for the Cougars since they went up 2-0. Well, really all night it has been. Sometimes these kinds of games can be the most rewarding if you can get it over the finish line. Nemesek pressuring. Instead, it's Cole Williams of Jenison. Nearly gave it away. One of the Cougars pinched up. Now breaking ahead, Nathaniel Kloppe into the corner for Jenison. Kloppe, as Gabe Sova checked him down strongly. Again, the Cougars are on it, but this time they ice it. Holloman looked up and didn't see anything he liked, so he just fired at the length with 1:22 left. And now I'll keep an eye on the goaltender for Weiss for Jenison. We're coming down to it. And these days, if you watch a lot of NHL hockey, coaches are very aggressive, and I guess it hasn't filtered down to the to high school yet. Most teams have their goalie out with about 2 minutes left these days, if not earlier. Looks like a timeout called by Jenison. To recap the scoring, Braylon Outwater scored with 7:20 gone in the first period, off assists from Zach Westrick and Henry Kwiatkowski to give the Cougars a 1-0 lead. It was a partial breakaway, and Outwater slipped the shot under the glove of Elijah Verweiss from about 5 feet atop the crease. And then Henry Holloman, after a 5-on-3 penalty kill for Catholic Central, gave them a boost. Holloman blasted one from the right point through a maze of bodies and legs and sticks, and it found its way in behind Verweiss. On the assist there, Nolan Nemesek, his second of the year and his 7th point. For Holloman, his first goal and point of the season. So the junior was on the board, and with 7:28 left in the second, the Cougars appeared to be on their way. They had some good chances early in the third, couldn't convert, and then a turnover gave Jenison some life. With 11:07 remaining in this period, Hayden Blick polished off his own partial breakaway from, again, similar spot to where Outwater scored, just the opposite end of the ice. Maybe a little bit further out for Blick as he pulled the trigger and rifled the shot under Moore's glove from a straight-on angle. 1:22 left. We're ready for the face-off. Catholic Central still has a timeout at its disposal if it comes down to it. This will be cleared by the boys in blue. Jammed right back in by Jenison. It's delayed offside. Schweigert looks ahead. Empty net down to our right. Gabe Sova pulls up and scores the empty netter. It's 3-1. You got to fight for your right to party, and the Cougars have done it tonight. 68 seconds remaining. Gabe Sova took that lead pass, took his time. He knew he had a defenseman in front of him, not a goaltender. So he deked to the outside and slid it into the yawning cage from about 40 feet out. For Gabe Sova, his 6th of the year, and one of the more satisfying for sure. The Catholic Central senior. Holloman gets an assist on the play. Empty netter. And Verweiss is back in the Jenison net, by the way. Nathaniel Kloppe around the wall for Jenison. Taken there by Gavin Phillips, who dumped it down deep again. Again, 3-1, Catholic Central. Here in front of the net, they score, make it 3-2 with 46 seconds left. Well, it's not over yet. Jenison has just kept the pedal down. Couldn't tell how that one ended up in the back of the net, but it was a pass to the front and hammered home. We'll wait for the announcement to see who got it for Jenison. All right. Gavin Phillips gets the goal. They say unassisted. And now again, I'll watch to see if Verweiss comes off the ice for an extra attacker. But here's Ryder Mulvey for Catholic Central. Trying to wind that clock down. Jenison trying to get their goaltender off as here's Phillips, the goal scorer. That's offside, and that's an easy call. The folks here right along me, right next to me in the stands, we had a good look at that blue line. 28 seconds remaining in the period and in regulation time, and hopefully the game if you're a Catholic Central fan. Verweiss is not on the bench, though, right now. Kind of a cautious play from head coach Jack Williams. He doesn't have much time. Pushed to the sidewall by Nathaniel Kloppe. Shot in by the Wildcats. Here comes Verweiss. 6 attackers out there for Jenison, trying to tie it up and get a pair of empty net goals. Actually, you know what? The last one wasn't an empty net goal. It was just a regular 5-on-5. 12 seconds left. Turned over in the middle. Now bouncing out to the line and into the neutral zone. Jenison's got to clear the zone. They would have been offside. It's Nate Sova head to Kuykendall. It's poked over his stick, but it's not going to matter. Time runs out. Cougars win. Cougars win 3-2 on the road at Jenison as they pick up their 6th win of the season. They break the 3-game losing streak. They break the 4-game winless slide as well. That's a relief for the guys in blue. They get it done. It was not easy, like I said, but they made it to the finish line. They broke the tape first, and they'll head on into that big matchup against De La Salle tomorrow afternoon at 12:30 with a win under their belt in calendar year 2022. Both teams salute each other and the fans in the stands at Griff's Georgetown. This bad boy is over, though. Well, I'm sure a lot of the players and the coaches on the Catholic Central bench, to say nothing of the fans, were thinking about Tuesday against Byron Center, some heartbreaks that have gone against them lately, but that's the beauty of sport. You can usually get a chance to redeem yourself, and that's what the Cougars did tonight. How about Max Moore as well? He gets the win in net. Pardon me, just trying to set up that final slide for you so you're not staring at a blank screen. That's what happens when you're the producer as well as the broadcaster. But as I was saying, Max Moore gets the win. He's now 2-0 in his varsity career. Sophomore netminder comes through again when he gets a chance here, and I'm guessing we're going to see Trent Goheen back in net for the Cougars at home tomorrow, but I guess we'll find out. We'll see what Mike Slobodnik has to say. All right, your goal scorers tonight for Catholic Central: Braylon Outwater, Henry Holloman, and Gabe Sova, an empty netter, clinched the game in the end. Ends up being the game winner, technically, for Gabe Sova, as Jenison got 2 in the third, one from Hayden Blick early and one from Gavin Phillips late. But it wasn't enough as the Wildcats fall to 6-5, and they suffer their 3rd loss in OK conference play against 6 wins. So you look at it that way, an impressive win on the road for Catholic Central for sure. I'll talk to you tomorrow right around 12:30 from the Southside Ice Arena. We'll have the call on Cougar Puck Radio. It's Catholic Central against De La Salle Collegiate. The Pilots make a trip into Byron Center to face off against the Cougars. Hope to have you there in person. If not, hope to have you watching along right here on CPR on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Until then, I'm going to go get some rest and get the vocal cords revved up again tomorrow afternoon. Talk to you then.